Alright, everybody, it is time for One Piece, Chapter 794.
Oh, don't you mean Sabo piece?
Yeah, yes.
Because this chapter was all about Abu Sabo.
And apparently Itachi, but we'll get there.
Oh, yeah, Itachi was there too.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he has to do something else, because Naruto's over.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, so we start off with apparently a group of a very select group of people being invited back to Kiros' house to rest after all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the only ones awake are Sabo, Frankie, Zoro, and Robin, I believe.
Yeah.
Everyone else is asleep from, being just. And if I remember correctly, isn't I believe Frankie was like fixing his eye or something because his face is all messed up.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, despite all the other people in this arc that would be a more logical pick to bring to Kiros' house, they brought Bellamy. I mean, is this a further hinting at maybe Bellamy joining the crew?
Oh, please no. Please no. Oh, that would be so bad.
Unless he plans on joining the revolutionaries. Well, no, Sabo left, so
Yeah.
there's nothing. Maybe he'll join up with Bartolomeo and be part of the Straw Hat fan club.
Yeah, that'll be a lot better.
Either because at this point, like, what else is he gonna do? I mean, it's gonna be an interesting encounter to see what he's gonna say when he wakes up, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot happened,
Right.
and so who knows? But anyway, back to Sabo. So Sabo decides to tell his tale of everything that's happened and his relationship to Luffy and Ace.
Mm-hmm.
So we also find out some new information, we get to see Sabo's point of view of the events of his of the quote unquote incident between him and the Tenryubito and how he was saved by Dragon.
Right.
And we sort of saw the scene already, but it was kind of tried to remain vague, so we wouldn't know that it was Sabo, because the whole big reveal of Sabo, which was legitimately, there are very few times that not every arc in One Piece has the pleasure of having a moment that just gets the fandom that it has the potential to break the internet.
Uh-huh.
This arc probably easily had more than one. How many of them? I would have to think about it. But this arc definitely had more than one moment that broke the internet.
Yeah.
One of which was the tease of Sabo.
Mm-hmm.
The infamous chapter where he was teased. That, literally, I think the internet was having troubles that day.
Yeah.
Functioning.
It was
because
nuts.
People were going batshit crazy.
That they were.
So, we also got to see that Sabo, after the incident, had amnesia. One of the most cliched things ever.
Mm-hmm.
However, looking back on it, if there was any explanation whatsoever as to why Sabo didn't show up at Marineford, amnesia is the only one that would honestly make sense and not be total bullshit.
Right.
Because if Sabo had his memories, he would have gone.
Oh, yeah.
So that was definitely interesting. And it also makes me curious as to since in the anime we're going to be getting episode of Sabo next month, are we going to see all of this content in that? Or are we going to just get... Or are they going to save it for when this actually gets animated into an episode?
Right.
Because, I mean, it would be kind of weird if they revealed for the anime-only viewers that information at this point, and then to see it in the episode later on down the road.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we'll see how they decide to play that out. I'm hoping it's more or less a little bit less of this and a little bit more of his actual time in the Revolutionary Army.
I would
Yeah.
hope so as well. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how that works out. But for this chapter, it seemed kind of pretty much the whole feel, like the atmosphere of the Kyros' house, pretty much was the atmosphere of the chapter. Seemingly very chill, very laid back, just, casually talking about what happened, and, because Sabo is his most badass when he's just friggin' relaxed. When he's relaxed, he's at his most badass.
Mm.
Like, which you would think is like, nah. When he's doing his awesome action and awesome fighting, he has to be even more badass. No, Sabo is more badass when he's chill. Don't know how, but that's how it works. And it is shown when he uses his influence to call upon his buddy Itachi to send them so they can get a ride out of there.
Yep.
Because CP0 is on their way back.
Yep.
But due to plot, they will get there after all the pirates leave.
Of course.
So,
I mean, they were supposed to be there like now, but I don't know what the hell CP0 is doing.
no, they left. They just arrived on Dressrosa to make the announcement that Doflamingo's resignation was false, and they left.
And now they're coming right back.
Yep.
They're like, fuck, we
Because-
just fucking left. What are you doing, man?
Well, yeah, because, I mean, they're traveling on ship. It's not like
Yeah.
they're friggin' flying in an airplane. Nope, they had to travel by ship, which means which is going to be even more annoying to have to turn around and be like, oh, you gotta go back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
let's see, what else? It's also very interesting that we also got to see a point of view, or the full scene of Luffy and Sabo's meeting at the Coliseum,
Right.
which I really liked.
Same.
It was pretty funny too, He jumps back, then jumps back, and then jumps forward, to hug Ace, to hug Sabo. He's like, oh, being the crybaby that he is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, what else?
You know what I really liked about that scene in particular was the fact that he called he called him his brother, and then he had to internalize and process the information. He's like, the only two people that could call me, that was Ace and another brother that died, and then he's just looking at him like, oh my goodness.
It's you! And then he's like, what?
And just jumps back like, the fuck?
What the fuck? You're supposed to be dead!
Yeah, which I really did like that. It was just a nice touch of how he actually found out it was him. Yeah. And,
of course, before leaving, he sent them off with the same words that Ace did. He must be trouble. He can't imagine how much trouble it is to keep Luffy under control.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, a lot of people are already trying to predict Sabo's death because of the fact that, before he leaves, he's giving a VV card. But no, it's not his VV card. It's a VV card for Luffy that he just made out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh yeah, by the way, during the flashback, while we were reminiscing about the good old days and of me having amnesia, I just went ahead and made a VV card for Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
Just randomly. That's pretty much it. I mean, um, let's see. Well, of course, but yeah. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens next because there's still a lot of information. And like I said, we could still easily hit 100 chapters because there's still tons of Dressrosa related information that still has to come about. That still has to happen.
Right.
You know, because there's still more aftermath. They still got to find out what the fuck Sanji is doing.
Yeah. We
It's
do.
like Oda really is teasing us on this. Like, come on.
Yeah, at least he didn't tease him before he went on break.
Which pisses me off because we're going on break next week.
Yeah.
But it is, yes, a positive note that he didn't actually end it on a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, okay, Sabo's leaving in the night. You know, he's just in the sunset.
Right.
I believe it was a sunset. Who cares?
Yeah, whatever.
Sunset, night, sunrise, who the fuck cares? It's Sabo being badass.
Yep.
So, I'm trying to think. I could have sworn there was something else.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Unless you want to talk about the cover page of Doflamingo lending his sunglasses to an actual flamingo.
And still dick teasing us about what his eyes look like.
Because he's face palming while giving a middle finger at the same time and controlling puppets.
Well, remember, Doflamingo is to One Piece as Kakashi is to Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not gonna happen.
They're just gonna show it in supplemental material.
Yep.
Like Naruto.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not at a major Naruto event, just some random gallery bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just be randomly walking through a convention and then look, here's an official booth, Funimation booth for One Piece, and hey, guess what? This is the official Oda's official art for what Doflamingo's eyes look like, and you're like, Nani? This wasn't. Wait, why is this being revealed here, not in the manga? Because he felt like it. You bitch. So, yeah. It's very disappointing that, no chapter next week. So pissed. So, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I mean,
yeah.
There's not much else to talk about.
No, I can
that's
think pretty much it.
I mean, good chapter?
Yeah, good chapter. We've already talked to death about future events, so we're just gonna have to wait at this point. So, yeah.
Yeah.